This is a tutorial on how to replace the door lock actuator on a 2013 Lexus RX 450h. These are the tools that you will need for the repair: a 10mm socket, a Phillips head screwdriver, a small pry bar, preferably plastic. In this case, I'm using a metal one. You just have to be careful not to scratch your plastic parts. A small regular screwdriver, and a T25 socket. This is the schematic diagram of the front door lock and handle from the Lexus dealer. And here's the door lock actuator. Part numbers, left and right. This is what the driver's door actuator part looks like. First thing you want to do is install this clamp to the door open sensor. That's what controls the light down here. So it'll turn the power off to the light so that you don't drain your battery while you're doing all this. On the door, this is where the door lock actuator is. It's held on with these 3 bolts. First, you have to start off by removing this panel. There's a screw located right behind the door handle area. You have to remove that little plastic piece. There's a screw down in here. And then the last screw is right here. The rest of it is just pull pins around the outside of the door, or the door panel. So we'll start by removing this little plastic piece right here. You have to hold the door handle out. Take a small screwdriver and just pry it open. And this little piece comes off. There's the screw that you need to remove. The second step, you need a tool like this, preferably plastic. I don't have a plastic piece. I don't have a plastic tool. You just put it underneath this little cloth material and pull up, and it pops right out. Pretty simple. Just a little cloth piece. There's your second screw. You want to take off this door light here. It's just a little lamp with the switch, and you want to unplug this switch. I've removed the screws. Those are the 3 screws. And now I just have to pull off the door panel. And here, once you pull the door panel away, probably want to start in this corner over here. That was the easiest to get it loose. Okay, I found 2 more screws, or actually 1 more screw. You need to remove this one. I was fighting the door panel. Wouldn't come off. And I pulled this panel up, and sure enough, there it is. 1 more screw, so there's a total of 4 screws. So I got the door off, the door panel off. There's 4 wire harnesses you have to disconnect once you get it off. The lower one is for the light at the bottom of the door. Second one is for the window and door locks. This one is for the speaker, and this last one here is for the seat controls. So you can see the back of the door has insulation on it, sound deadening insulation. There's the first wire harness. That's for the speaker. That's for the seat controls. And then the third one on the back of this which is the window and door locks. That's the third harness connection. And the fourth one is the light at the bottom. Okay, next step, you have to remove this connector, wire harness connector, and this one. This way you can pull back the paper and remove it. All this has to come off. You just peel this back, get it out of the way, and then this is where your door lock actuator is going to be coming out of. Okay, I took away this plastic sheeting insulation, and I mounted a flashlight up here so we can see. I'm gonna get up in here. Okay, so we want to get up here. We want to twist off that yellow plastic piece off of the tube. What that is holding that rod in there. That's the door lock rod mechanism, and I want to remove it from the door lock actuator also. It's right there. It's just two little plastic pieces you have to twist out of the way and remove that rod. You can actually access it better from in here. You can see I twisted it away from the rod right there. And now I can pull the rod out of there. I believe the other one is right there so you can access it easier from the top. Okay, I removed the little metal rod. That's what it looks like. Now I'm going to remove these 3 bolts from the door lock actuator itself. I'm using this T25 tool to remove the actuator lock. You can see it's like a star shape. And it breaks off pretty easy. Just a little twist, it comes right off. All right, I got it loose. I'm having a hard time getting it out, so I think I'm gonna have to take off this bolt. This bolt is holding the track for the window. So I just need to get that out of the way, and then the door actuator will come right off. You can see the door lock actuator is now removed. I took it off. There's the 2 cables on it. Now I just have to transfer it to the new one. So now I have to remove, this is the old one, and this is the new one. I've got to remove this cable. It just snaps out. And you pull it out of there. And we'll put it back in to the new part. Bring it over here. Snap it back in, and that's it. Now I have to do the same for this one. Okay, once you unsnap the door, you loosen this rod, and there's just a little S shape on the end of it, and you just pull it right out. You can see the S shape goes into that hole, and we'll install it on the new one. Okay, so I installed the new one. First thing you do is you install those 3 bolts back on there, and you want to feed these 2 cables back through this little door opening in the plastic sleeving. Next, you want to reinstall this right here. This rod. This is the door lock rod. It just snaps into position here. You have to kind of force it in there. Bring down this little clip, and that holds it in position. Next step is to reinstall the window track bolt. That's it right there. And then I want to feed these wires back through the opening in this plastic sleeve. Okay, I've reinstalled these clips here, and this is the light on the door. I'll install that one last. Put the plastic sheeting back on. Push down all this glue. Make sure it stays in place. Now I'm ready to reinstall the door panel back on. First thing you want to do is connect up these two cables. They go right here. Green on the bottom, white on the top. And then reinstall the wire harness here. And here for the door locks. Next, you want to reinstall this bolt back here. And then you want to reinstall this bolt. So I got the bolts installed. I got that one, that one, and on this rubber mount. So those are the 4 bolts. And now you want to reinstall this wire harness, which connects onto the door lock and the window controls. And that goes right there. And you just push this panel back down and it snaps. There's 2 clips here and here. It snaps into position. Now when we're reinstalling the door, you feed this through here as you're reinstalling the door panel, and all you have to do is plug this one back into the light switch. Feeds right up there and it just snaps into place. Now you just want to reinstall this carpet piece down inside here. Push it down and then reinstall this plastic piece right behind the door handle. Right up here, just snaps into position. Three little snaps. And then lastly, you want to remove this bracket so that the power comes back to the door light, which is there. Now I'm all done. Now let's try it out. Let's see if it works. It's working.